If you're thinking about selling your house, you're probably wondering, how much is it going to cost? To be honest, the final number will depend on several factors. Will you make repairs prior to listing? You should consider the offer that you may accept. Are you willing to help with buyers' closing costs? Will you resolve issues as a result of inspections? There's so much more to consider. To give you a ballpark of what to expect, we will make a list of typical costs of selling a house in the Pittsburgh area. It will include things like transfer taxes. Most areas in Western Pennsylvania are 2 to 3.5%, 1% for the local government and 1% to the state. But keep in mind that the transfer tax is split between the seller and the buyer. So you will either pay 1% or 1.5% depending on the area. And any area within the Pittsburgh City Schools can expect to pay 2.5%, which is half of the amount required within city limits. You'll pay listing agent commission and buyer's agent commission. These will normally be a percentage of the sales price. You will also pay closing costs to finalize the transaction, like deed preparation, wire transfers, lien search fees, as well as any municipal requirements like a dye test or occupancy permits. Don't forget to include your moving costs. Some real estate agents also charge for marketing and staging costs. Depending on what time of the year or month you close, you may also be responsible for unpaid taxes. However, if they've been paid in advance, the settlement company will prorate the taxes based on the date that you close, and you may be eligible for a credit at closing. You may also be eligible for a refund on your homeowner's insurance. Finally, don't forget to discuss with your agent if you still owe an outstanding mortgage or a second mortgage or a home equity loan. We will provide you with advice on what repairs or upgrades need done prior to listing. We also always recommend a pre-listing inspection, which can cost around $600 to $750 or more, depending on the size of your home. Staging is an optional way to make sure that your house shows well. It can include bringing in rental furniture if the house is vacant or art to warm up the walls. Some staging can even be done virtually once the photos are taken, but in general, it can cost between $750 to $3,000, a cost which most agents pass on to their clients. If you're looking to cut down on your costs, you have options, but be careful of where you trim. You may be able to skip staging or a pre-listing inspection since those are optional, but you don't want to skimp and sell without a pro. We are your experts throughout the process and offer customized advice every step of the way. We will develop a pricing strategy that includes all of the costs that we just mentioned at the beginning of this video. So the bottom line is, do you want a better picture of what you should expect in the costs involved when you sell your house in the Pittsburgh area? Let's have a conversation and we can walk through it together.